It's been a year since the last Bourbon Dinners. Welcome back. I'm Tim Stutler, and for this episode, we're combining forces with another YouTube channel, Cigar Ops, featuring Todd Tappe. Instead of the formal dinner party I typically host, this week I'll be having a few friends over for poker and cigars. So I'm going to be making the food in what operates essentially as the first part of the episode, and then we're going to switch over to Cigar Ops and show the poker game and how the food turned out. This dinner presents two challenges in addition to the usual issues one faces when preparing for a dinner party. First, I'll be playing in the game, so I can't spend a lot of time in the kitchen preparing foods. Second, since we're playing cards, we don't want foods that are greasy or crumbly or that spill all over or require silverware. So I especially selected the entrees that we'll be serving tonight, and hopefully it'll all turn out well. It's Friday, 2 days before the Sunday poker game, and I'm going to be starting out making the vegetable muffins. I've preheated the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and I have all the ingredients laid out. We'll start with 1 cup of milk, 1/4 cup of olive oil, 2 eggs. Whisk those together. 2 cups of whole wheat flour, 2 teaspoons of baking soda, 1/3 cup of grated Parmesan, 1 cup of shredded mozzarella cheese, 1 grated carrot, 1 cup of corn kernels, 1 grated zucchini, and 1/2 cup of mixed herbs. I used chopped basil and dill, and sea salt and pepper. Mix them all together. Spoon the combined mixture into greased muffin pan cups and bake for about 18 minutes until cooked through and an inserted toothpick comes out clean. And into the oven it goes for 15 minutes. And you want to bake these until they're golden. Alright, I'm going to let these cool, and then I will wrap them individually and put them in the freezer until the day of the poker game. Then I'll thaw them out and we'll heat them up in the oven before the game. Now we're going to turn to the cheeseburger muffins. Setting the skillet at medium-high heat, we're now going to brown 2 pounds of lean ground beef, 1 chopped large onion, 1 teaspoon of pepper, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt for about 7 minutes. While the meat is browning, in a large bowl we are going to combine 1½ cups of all-purpose flour, 3/4 cup of ketchup, 1 tablespoon of mustard, 2 large eggs, 3/4 cup of plain Greek yogurt, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1½ teaspoons of baking powder, 1/4 cup of melted butter, and my secret ingredient, 1 tablespoon of fish sauce. The recipe calls for Worcestershire sauce. I think the fish sauce gives the dish a nice kick. Then remove the meat and onions from the heat and drain them. Fold the meat and onions and then the cheddar cheese, 2 cups of shredded cheddar cheese, into the flour mixture. Spoon the combined mixture into greased muffin pan cups and bake for about 18 minutes. Alright, like the vegetable muffins, I'm going to let the cheeseburger muffins cool. Then I'm going to freeze them, and I will break them out this weekend, and we'll put them back in the oven and warm them up. And we'll start up again tomorrow morning. It's Saturday, the day before the poker game, and we're going to start off with the lemon tart. Add 1/2 cup of unsalted butter, 1/4 cup of sugar, 1 cup of whole wheat flour, 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt, 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and mix those together. Then we will cover and refrigerate the dough for 30 minutes. While the crust for the lemon tart is chilling, we will go ahead and make the lemon curd. Whisk 3 large eggs and 4 egg yolks. Combine 1 tablespoon of lemon zest, 3/4 of a cup of fresh lemon juice, 1/2 cup of sugar, and 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt. I'm going to dissolve the sugar into the lemon juice over medium heat. Then I will turn off the heat, then I'll slowly mix the egg mixture into the pan and whisk it until the mixture is thickened for about 5 minutes. Take the mixture off the heat and stir in 4 tablespoons of cubed unsalted butter. Strain out any zest and egg solids. I've preheated the oven to 300 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm going to take the dough out of the refrigerator and press it into mini tart pans and bake for about 15 minutes until they are lightly golden. All right, it's been about 15 minutes, so let's take a look. Looks good. I'm going to let these cool and probably until tomorrow, and I'll take them out shortly before I fill them with the lemon curd, and that'll be a few hours before dinner. I'm now going to start on the cucumber smoked salmon appetizer bites with lemon dill cream cheese. Combine 3/4 of a cup of cream cheese, 2 tablespoons of Greek yogurt, the zest of 1 lemon, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, 1 tablespoon of minced fresh dill, 1 finely minced garlic clove, and a pinch of salt. Whip the cream cheese mixture together until smooth. That's good. I'm going to keep it overnight in a bowl. I'm going to seal it up so it doesn't dry out. I'm going to make the crab phyllo cups. Actually, they're going to be crab puff pastry cups because I couldn't find the frozen phyllo cups at the store. Mix together 1/2 cup of garden vegetable cream cheese and 1/2 teaspoon of seafood seasoning. Now fold in 3/4 of a cup of drained lump crab meat. Very good. Now I'm going to chill this until tomorrow, and I will bake the puff pastry cups tomorrow and fill them with these. I'm going to turn to the spinach and artichoke phyllo cups now. I've thawed and drained 1.5 cups of frozen artichokes and will chop them up. Then I will squeeze out as much of the water as I can. I'm doing the same with 1 cup of chopped frozen spinach. I've warmed 7 ounces of cream cheese to room temperature. I will combine that with 1/3 cup of mayonnaise, and then I will stir in the chopped artichokes, the chopped spinach, 3/4 of a cup of grated Fontina cheese, 1/2 cup of grated Parmesan cheese, 3/4 of a teaspoon of garlic powder, and salt and pepper. Very good. I'll put this in a smaller bowl, seal it up, and chill it until tomorrow. The last item I have to prepare today are the bacon-wrapped goat cheese stuffed dates. I'm going to use a pastry bag to inject 4 ounces of soft goat cheese into pitted dates, 12 ounces of them. I've sliced 16 ounces of bacon in half, and I will wrap each stuffed date with a slice of bacon. All right, I will cover these and then chill them, and tomorrow I'll bake them. Okay, it's not even 2, and I'm pretty much done for the day. I have to thaw out in the refrigerator the cheeseburger muffins and the vegetable muffins, and I have to get out the puff pastry and the puff pastry shells for a couple of the dishes we have tomorrow. And that's it for today. Okay, it's Sunday, the day of the poker game, and I'm about to start on the spinach artichoke phyllo cups. I've cut the phyllo sheets in half so they would fit on my cutting board. And I've got these under a damp towel. I'm going to brush this sheet with butter, and then I'm going to repeat that 4 more times. I'll be using a total of 10 sheets of the phyllo dough and brushing them with 10 tablespoons of unsalted butter. I'm going to cut this up into pieces about 2.5 inches by 2.5 inches. I will be molding these into mini muffin cups, and we'll get a yield of about 40. I've preheated the oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit, and we'll bake these mini muffins for about 20 minutes. I'm going to assemble the lemon tarts now. The lemon curd and crusts have been chilling in the refrigerator all night. I'm going to add the curd to the crusts, top them with berries, then I will chill the assembled tarts, and shortly before serving I will be adding whipped cream. Now the assembled tarts go back to the refrigerator, and my final step is to whip up some cream, put it in a piping bag, and pipe it onto the tarts shortly before I serve them. That's Todd Tappe. I asked him to help set up the poker game, and since he's a Bourbon Dinner guest, he still needs to present a bourbon for admission. The spinach and artichoke phyllo cups are done. I'll let them cool for about 5 minutes and then move them to the serving plate. Aldo is here now, and it looks like he and Todd are almost done setting up the game. Turning now to the cucumber smoked salmon appetizer bites with lemon dill cream cheese. And I picked a couple cucumbers from the garden. I have 5 ounces of lox, or cold smoked salmon, and I'm going to put those on the cucumbers, pipe on the lemon dill cream cheese we made yesterday, and then top each one with a drop or 2 of hot sauce. These will now go back into the refrigerator until serving time.
Are you filming?
Nah, just looking at my notes.
You want me to get the door?
But I didn't hear anything. You must be clairvoyant.
No, we've got your security camera up on Todd's computer.
What? How do you do that?
Oh, I hooked him up with it.
You and I gotta talk later.
Okay.
That's my brother-in-law Hernando with his bourbon. That's my good friend Lou, also with his bourbon. This is Three-Fingered Doug, who actually has 10 fingers. And this is our final guest, Ernie. All the guests have arrived, so it's time to shut this episode down and play some cards, smoke cigars, and drink, and eat the dishes I've been preparing over the past 3 days. It's going to be a great evening. Several of the entrees are ready to go as is, but for others I will need to sit out a hand or two to finish preparing the food. We have 5 fine bourbons. The winner of tonight's game will take home 2 bottles, and second place gets 1. We may drink a bottle during the game, and as host of the feast, I get to keep the remaining bottle. Todd will take over the hosting duties from this point and has selected a special cigar for all of us to enjoy and review. Check out Cigar Ops Episode 7 to see how everything turns out. Later.